I removed myself. Why did I do that? I was just going to say welcome. Glad to have you with us again for this week's episode of the Angel Channel. And I'm your host, Bilar. Glad to have you here. We're going to really kind of focus on some live readings tonight. And we're going to talk a little bit about the holidays and, holidays are really fun and cool, but they can be some serious stuff to cope with too. So we'll see where we go tonight. We might do a little cleansing. We're just going to kind of take it in a flow. Hey, Nancy, glad to see you, my cousin. So, as always, I'm going to start the show thanking my sponsor, Ernie Mosteller, and the folks at friedokra.tv. Amazing creative shop, videos, movies, commercials, you name it. So friedokra.tv, make sure you check them out and hire them up. And thanks again, my brother. Appreciate you helping keeping us afloat. Yeah, so before we get really cranked up here, I'm going to share some pics I shot with my crazy mannequin Fiona that I rescued out of the trash heap a few years ago, and she's one of my favorite subjects to light paint. And I just did some stuff with her a few days ago, and I wanted to share those with you. So here we go. Yeah. Yeah, Fiona's kind of crazy. These are really fun. They were done with an LED light strip and then painted. I painted on top of Fiona, and I love just kind of simulating the weird little energy that flows around us, and especially like this one, the things that emanate off of us and flow into us. Yeah, these are pretty fun. Yeah. Fiona, you're something else, girl. And the blue energy, yeah, just radiating off of her. So these are super fun. I had a really good time doing these. Yeah, so Linda Martin, happy to see you with us this evening. You guys want readings? Let me know. I'm feeling pretty hot today. I've been pretty on point. And the angels have been really, 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 really loud. So, wanted to spend a few minutes talking about the holidays. You know, I'm ancient now, so I've seen more holidays than I want to admit. And, you know, when you're young and you have all your friends and your family and the holidays are really amazing and cool, but like as you get older, they can be a real challenge. I've lost so many people, and you know, you kind of put those things on a place on the shelf where it doesn't bother you, but you don't really spend much time thinking about it. But the holidays show up, and like right before Thanksgiving, and it's all like, whoa, just so overwhelming. And it really kind of brings up it kind of reminds you of the people that you've been missing, and that feeling can be kind of really intense, not to mention the crazy material like intensity, you know, and the pressure to make all this money, and it just all adds up a little bit. So we're going to talk about a few techniques that I think are really super easy and will help kind of get us through the coming harangue. You know, Christmas is next week, and New Year's, and Woohoo, happy holidays. My birthday's at the 1st of February, so I always get the I always get the post holidays depression for my birthday. All right, so technique number one. Um, yeah, let me remove that and let me get this up. Here we go. I dug this up from UCLA and the medical thing. And one of the best ways when you get really in that, like, everything sucks groove, and like you're just depressed and the depression's building on depression, and like it just won't seem to go away. I've gotten myself out of some really intense, deep emotional chasms before by starting with gratitude. Like, get it going from that place of despair and loneliness and hopelessness and trying to find joy from there. Next to impossible. But if you really go to a state of gratitude and, the things you're missing, just the course of your own life, and look back over the things that have happened that are wonderful, I've got a lot to be grateful for. And I'm really cognizant of the fact that life is a gift and everything that you get, every piece of it that you get, it's a gift and something to be grateful for. So just from an attitude point of view and an energetic point of view, when you get out of your hole, and I feel really sorry for myself when I'm down there, man. I can get on a pity pot and just, man, wail away for a long, long time. And getting out of your own head and being in a state of looking around and realizing how beautiful parts of life have been. There are parts that suck and hurt, but there are wonderful, beautiful, fabulous things about life. And finding that space of gratitude for that is a great way to start sending out frequencies that will radiate back things that don't hurt and radiate gratitude back for you, for the things that the people that you've participated in their lives, and the whole host of things to be thankful for and people to be thankful for. All right, so in addition to just kind of an energetic zone, being grateful also has some actual physical properties that are really great. One is to reduce depression. And a bunch of studies have been done and found an association between higher levels of gratitude and lower levels of depression. Gratitude seems to reduce depression symptoms. People with a grateful mindset report higher satisfaction with life, strong social relationships, and more self-esteem than those who don't practice gratitude. But it also likely there's a continuous relationship where gratitude lessens symptoms of depression, allowing people to recognize what they have. It lessens anxiety. Gratitude can be a great coping tool for anxiety. Regularly practicing gratitude combats negative thinking patterns by keeping those thoughts focused on the present. And what you think, you become. That's the whole essence of what we've been doing here with our practice, is energy frequencies and how they react in the energy world, and living in the laws of energy. If you find yourself focusing on negative thoughts about the past or the future, challenge yourself to find something you are grateful for right now. And that's really a key factor and a critical issue. As long as you're living on either side of the present moment, you're in things you can't control, things you can't do anything about, and they take you out of the past. You're remembering stuff and choosing these feelings to relive again. When you're thinking about the future, you're projecting your own thoughts and your own fears and your own wants and desires, and creating all of these things out here, but that's not formed yet. That's not real yet. The thing that's real is where you are right now. And one of the great ways to jumpstart gratitude is to find somebody you're really grateful that they're in your life. Call them up and just tell them, just start spreading little seeds of that wherever you can. One, it takes some time and takes your mind off of how depressed you feel. So that's a really great thing. It supports health, heart health, improving depression symptoms. And depression leads to all kinds of things, like with your sleep, your diet. You stop exercising, and that grows the whole risk of heart disease. And the more you stay there, the more that energy compacts on you. Really difficult. Yeah. It relieves stress. It improves sleep. That's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. Actually being able to fall asleep deeply and get down to where your body regenerates itself and you have this rejuvenating energy flowing into you, can lengthen the course of your life and the enjoyment of the short time we get to be here. So that's really cool. So be grateful. All right. That's one. Yeah, I've talked about this a million times, the old Jinsen Jitsu thing, the grabbing your fingers. But normally I'm talking about fear or worry. Sometimes we slam in the anger too. But we don't really talk about it a whole lot. And that's how to deal with grief and how to let that process through there. So every time you experience some deep sadness, some really intense, where it just makes your heart throb and your breath gets kind of sucked out of you, going into that hole of grief is physically devastating. It does all kinds of stuff to your blood pressure, to your heart, to your veins, like not good. And living in stress attacks and affects all of your body. So the third, or the ring finger on your left hand if you're right-handed, vice versa if you're left-handed, balances the energy of grief. So just think about it. There's nothing easier than just holding your finger. And that's all you have to do. And it's not going to instantly make it go away, but you can just sit there and hold your finger, watch TV, check a movie out. You could talk on the phone. It doesn't really matter. If you want to focus on it and make it really intense, that's all good. But you don't have to. It's like the most bang for the least amount of buck that you can possibly get. And just sitting there for 10 or 15 minutes, do it a couple times a day, especially during this time, man. You feel those waves start to overwhelm you, you get it under control. You go and you grab your finger and ring finger and just hold that thing and let that balance. And what the whole Jinsen Jitsu thing is about is, like, when you get really angry or you've got some significant worry or you're afraid of something, those things create like chunks in the flow of your energy, and they're like these big warps of energy that happen there. And instead of just cycling freely, every time they hit that, they like flare that up again. So like if you're worried about something and you don't deal with that, then you're worried. And this is true. It compounds on itself, man, like a beast. It's a self-propagating little adventure there where all of a sudden it's out of control. So just being able to manage your zones every day, super effortless. The hardest part is remembering to actually do it. So Jinsen Jitsu, really super good. Yeah. Hey, Diane, how are you? Oh, yeah, there we go. Yes, that's true. I could always go for a manicure, except they're so damn expensive now, man. Yeah, just like everything else, man. Your love gives me such a thrill, but your love don't pay no bills. We need some money. Okay, this one is just so fun. And we've been doing this in our Tibetan bowl meditations. We've been doing this, occasionally in our breathing exercises here on the show. And that's humming. And that's all you have to do, man. Just be, you can hum a tune, you can hum a note. If you want to get really sparky, you can shut your ears and what that does is stimulate your vagus nerve that runs through your head and down into your neck and is a crucial aspect of your nervous system and helping things run smoothly and keeping your other organs everything all good. And the other thing that this does is it physically creates nitric oxide, and a lot of it. And when you get down into the lower things, like that's why you hear the monks doing the oh, and they're all down here because it really resonates and vibrates, and that's what you want to make happen in your head, right? And nitric oxide is a vasodilator, meaning it like expands your veins. So it helps with blood pressure. It helps with all kinds of heart disease. It stimulates the synapses in between your brain cells that let you think clearly and swiftly. It helps with erectile dysfunction. Be way great to be able to like just hum and not have to worry about taking some Viagra or something like that, man. No good. So this whole humming thing just and it also, we do the breathing exercises, but the nitric oxide also promotes stamina. So, like any kind of physical exertion, you'll have way more stamina, way more staying power. Your strength doesn't wane on you; it stays with you. Okay, so you're sitting in traffic and you're holding your finger and you're humming a happy tune. Okay, pretty easy. All right. This is a phenomenal way to motor through the holidays, and especially for starting the new year, and that's a 3-day fast. And I've talked about this before, but I've done 3 of them this year, and every time I'm just amazed at how at the end of the 72 hours, how clear I am, how good I feel. I don't feel dragged out and tired. I feel like clean and energetic. And, a couple times I almost had to make myself go ahead and start eating just because I was digging the state so much. The reason for fasting is a process called autophagy. And when you get past 24 hours and you start motoring towards 36 hours, your body has run out of excess fuel and it's burned up everything in there. And you haven't put anything else in. And it starts eating the dead cells in your body, the damaged cells, and starts replacing those with fresh, new, like, here we go. So you can get a good start into it at 36 hours. But if you can take it all the way to 72, you will notice some really significant mental and physical effects that will be really great. Plus, drop a couple pounds, man. That's always a really great way to start the new year. And, man, the holidays is so much about just stuffing your face and food and food and food and food and food and food. Man, it's difficult. So, I give myself something to do sometimes and I'll motor through the holidays. I'm probably not going to do it for Christmas. I'm going to set it up for New Year's and start the new year fresh, clean, with a whole new me on the inside, ready to go. So, Just a word of a couple things. You are allowed to have one whole avocado during the day. So I cut mine in half. I have a little bit for lunch, and when it comes time around for like dinner time, I have the other half. Super good. You can put a little salt on it. All good. There's not really any caloric addition to that, and any kind of stomach nudginess about that, you can really pretty much ward that off with that. So that's really good. And the other thing is, like, the trick is to get to 18 hours, because when you first start doing it, first of all, when you start doing anything, you're already looking at the end going, oh man, wow, that's going to be hard. But no, it really isn't. What's hard is when you get through the first little chunk of the day and you get around to the times in the day when you habitually eat, like dinner time, especially for most people. So what happens is, even if you're not hungry, your body goes, hey, I'm hungry, man. Let's see, it's dinner time. So motoring through that, when you deny that urge, it gets a little pissy right after that, and it's like, hey, man, dude, I told you we needed to eat. And after you tell it to shut up and that goes away, it's really good. And you sleep the night, you wake up the next morning, you're already kind of feeling, I don't know, man, when I'm not full of food, I feel sharp. And I like that feeling of being compact instead of exploding. So once you get past like 18 hours, you get into 20 hours, you start like going, hey, man, this is not bad. This is pretty good, as a matter of fact. And your energy doesn't decrease. The first time I did it, heard about it, I was like, oh, man, by the end of 24 hours, I'm going to be dragging on the floor. But it was just the opposite for me. And the mental clarity started happening, too. I was having thoughts and like, just, wow, that's really good. So I went ahead, and to be honest with you, I didn't think I could do the 72 hours. So I decided to like hold that off and not let that happen, and just cut it off at 36 hours. But at 36 hours, I was feeling so good. I was just like, woo, this is great. Why haven't I done this before? Boom. So I just motored on to 72, no sweat. And it's been part of my yearly ritual 3 or 4 times a year, every year since. So I offer that up to you too. Fast. And, we'll talk about this later in another show, but intermittent fasting too, super good for you. Helps you keep your weight down and your metabolism running good, and immune system up to speed. And it's a good way to go, and a good way to start the new year. Speaking of the new year, one of the greatest traps people fall into is doing alcohol, man, and drinking. And if you're depressed, alcohol is depressant. No two ways about it. Alcohol makes you depressed. After the buzz, you're going to be depressed. To what degree? Who knows? But if you start depressed already and you start drinking alcohol to numb that feeling, you're going to numb that feeling for a few hours, but that means you're checking out of the world. You're checking out of your moment. You're checking out of your time. And you're just in this like gooey limbo of like trying to avoid it. And the next day it just starts compounding. And it's really easy for people that are feeling deep grief, that can't let that go, to fall into that. And don't do it. Just skip it. Just skip it. Yeah. All right, let's see. Do you drink anything while you're doing the fasting? I just drink water. I don't do juice. You don't want juices. You don't want the sugars from the juices. You want to really be fresh and clean. And I just go for water and the avocados. And it sounds like, oh, that's awful, but it's really, really like Can't recommend it enough. You should give it a try, Nance. You'd dig it. Let's see. So, last but not least, on the way to feel the Christmas. My mom was the ultimate Christmas kid. Till the day she died, she loved Christmas. She'd start getting ready for it in August. Oh, what do you want for Christmas? What kind of cookies? And she would start baking cookies, end of July, first part of September. Man, by the time Christmas rolled around, there were mountains of these like decorated, artistic, crazy cookie pieces everywhere. And she had the Dickens Village. And like, man, it was just such a big deal to her. And she got so much joy out of that. And, she made it really special for us as kids. And, like I wanted to believe in Santa Claus until I was 16, just because that feeling was just so magical, man. It really, really was. And, you don't really get that later in life, that sort of flips around. But what you can do is try to bring that feeling of joy and magic and wonder and give that to other people and send them energy that lifts them, and getting out of yourself and wishing joy on other people is one of the best ways to dissolve and alleviate your despair. And it's really very easy to do and super rewarding when you surprise somebody and watch them light up with something that you did just for them. I'm not talking about having to buy something. I'm talking about something that acknowledges someone on a really deep level and makes them feel special on a really deep frequency. Man, that lights people up, and they remember that for a long time. And that reflects back again, the law of reflection, and you're sending joy and you receive joy out of that. The deal is to look at it as, here's the joy of this moment. The joy of Christmas is past. We're all good, but those were all the moments of that time. And trying to relive those will never happen, and just robs you of the bliss and the joy and the personal evolution that now you're at a stage where this is your opportunity to make that miracle happen. All right. So enough on the holidays. Anybody out there that is looking for a really special gift for somebody, the Wizard of Oz Tarot deck is still available. And there's still time to get it before Christmas. And also, just wanted to make everyone aware that if you've seen this show and you want to cop a deck, let me know in the purchase thing on the email that I'll be happy to give you a full tarot angel card reading along with the deck to go with the deck. So there you go on that. And if you happen to feel like, if you happen to feel like you want to support the show and help us keep going, I'm on PayPal, and there's my address down at the bottom, wizard@wizardofoz.com. We would be immensely grateful for your help and support along the way. So there's a way for you to do it if you feel so inclined. Let's see, how are we doing for time? Man, time rolls along. Okay. If any of you guys out there would like, I would love to throw it out to you. Like, if there are any people that you've heard on the net that you would think would make a great guest for this, or just you have somebody in mind that you think would really contribute to our energetic sojourn here, please pass those along. Also, if there, I talk about different metaphysical energy, magic subjects every week. And if there's something specific that has piqued your interest, throw that out, and we'll see about opening that up for a discussion and where that goes. Welcome, Mr. Zen. Glad to see you made it, man. All right. All right. Let's say we create some sacred space, and yeah, we'll create some sacred space and pull some cards and talk to some angels here. All right. So while I'm doing this banishing thing here, close your eyes, and as you're hearing the sound, imagine that sound is coming from inside of you, from your solar plexus, and radiating out in all directions, just making the environment that you're in right now really pure and pristine, and just like a nice energetic sweep out. Okay, here we go. The light of the source, I banish and clean this space and make this place pure. With the light of the source, I banish and clean this space and make this place pure. With the light of the source, I banish and clean this space and make this place pure. We come together tonight to create our sacred space, our place of truth and safety. We share our energy with the angels this evening and ask that they participate with us, share their wisdom and our truth and their love of God. And their love of God. And their love of God. We ask that we have eyes to see, ears to hear, and the wisdom to understand. And with absolute gratitude for all of it, infinite, unconditional love, and our wish for bliss to the source, we open our circle. Ooh. All righty. We're not going to do a super cleanse tonight, man. We're kind of running long a little bit this evening. But we are going to do our cleansing breath and our zero space breath. I'm just seeing so much gain for people who have had a difficult time breaking into turning their mind off and being in that space. So we are going to do 3 really deep inhale breaths. We're going to pull from our solar plexus, our third chakra, and we're going to pack ourselves until we can't have even another little fraction brought in. And then on the exhale, and while you are inhaling that and that energy, I want you to create a beautiful little white little sphere of light right in front of your vision. And as you're filling up, grow that little sphere and get a nice little visual in your mind's eye. And as you start to release and turn yourself off, turning off your thoughts, turning off your muscles and letting your muscles go loose, consciously taking your metabolism down, use that sphere. And as your breath releases slowly, let that sphere disappear from you like it was in a pool of water and sinking down deep into the deepest part of the ocean. And when you can't see it anymore, time that with your last breath as it's coming out. And as you get to that point where you've stopped thinking, you're turned off, everything's just idle, and you're in that blank space, and hold that for however long you can. We're gonna try to do 5-10 seconds of just staying right there. Don't think, don't draw another breath, just off. Whew, love going here. All right, so here we go. Inhale, use your solar plexus in through your nose. Really deep, really pack it in. Build that sphere. Exhale slowly. Your systems are shutting down. You're turning off. You're going deeper, deeper, running out of air, deeper, silence. Inhale, slowly, build a sphere. Really feel it deep. Exhale. System shut down. Relax your muscles completely. Deeper, deeper, silence. Okay, one last one. Inhale in through your nose, pack it in. Exhale, shut the machine down all the way. Deeper. Silence. Okay. So, yeah, let's just stay there. Stay in that zone. All right, we're going to look at this week's card. Angel number 51, HAHASIAH, the angel of universal medicine. Yeah. Strength against the struggle. You have learned to cope with your dilemmas and the compromises they demand. Your experiences have melted together and formed wisdom and discipline. You are on the right path. Stay the course. Listen to what others have to say and don't be obstinate. Keep your eye on the prize and know that you have everything it takes to succeed. Know thyself, respect thyself, walk your own path. I want to add love yourself to that too. Defend yourself with your spirit without compromising. Be honest. Preserve your spirit. Keep mentally, physically, and emotionally fit, and your spirit will naturally guide you. Preparation and attention to detail ensure your success against any challenges, and you will be victorious. You have tremendous vitality, attractiveness, and charm to both sexes. Follow the flow of your highest purpose. Have the foresight and courage to turn away from that which is not right for you. Follow the flow of your highest purpose. Have the foresight and the courage to turn away from that which is not right for you. Meet your future with an unshakable stance. Yeah. All right. So this one's for you, Nancy. Yeah. Okay. All right, Nance, you know the drill. Close your eyes and connect. In your mind, look me right in the eye, face to face. Doesn't feel like there's anything specific, so we'll just do a general. Concentrate. Words of wisdom for my cousin Nancy. Words of wisdom for my cousin Nancy. Words of wisdom for my cousin Nancy. Number 15. The angel of purification. Yeah, I gotta get my chops better on this. Here we go. Angel 15, the angel of purification. Carefully review your situation now. Laser focus on your priorities and full steam ahead. Face your fears head on, feel your grief, and take time to heal. Complete the process by transmuting your loss and pain. Experience pain, identify the source of the emotions you're experiencing, and then you will know what core belief um, it is you must change. Stress and depression are the last despair of your reason before the birth of new possibilities. They break through from the unconscious and flow freely. Prioritize now what is most important for you to complete. Immerse yourself completely and totally in your work. Have faith in yourself and the path you have committed to. Mind is now keenly aware of self and of the magnitude of what it is asked to be privy. It has asked for and been given access to a level of knowledge which has a commensurate level of responsibility that now demands the letter of the law. The more you know, the more you owe, and the more you know, the more you know you do not know and never will. The smarter I get, the dumber I know I am. That is the absolute truth. Yes. All right, Mr. Zen, you're up. Yeah, focus, man. There's one here waiting for you, dude. So, wow. Words of wisdom for my friend Michael Zen. Words of wisdom. For my friend Michael Zen. Words of wisdom for my friend Michael Zen. So I don't know if this ever happens to you when you're messing around with your deck, but sometimes a card like pops out. And this one is glorious, dude. It is number 27, the Angel of the Propagation of Light. One of my favorite cards in the deck. Whenever I want to get confirmation that I'm on the right path, this is the card, man, as you will see here in just a second. Victory, victory, victory. Keep the faith. The news you've been waiting for is coming, and you can win all your dreams. Don't give up. Keep trying. You will succeed. Believe in yourself. Know that you have been given the skills and opportunities to realize your hopes and dreams for the future. Relax. Not as easy as it sounds, but that's what needs to happen. Relax and concentrate on the task at hand. You will succeed. You will know victory of the will over the physical world, the ability to change the course of your destiny and thoughts. Success comes from gathering an excellent team to work together. You have the ability to persuade, influence, and counsel from your struggle to develop your ideas. There will emerge a dominant theme and a leader. Not everyone or everything is trustworthy, as we both well know. Use your intuition. You will feel when something is not right and the red light goes on. Trust that. Shift your emphasis from your problems to your joys. Get the gratitude first, then make that leap. See your victory. Assume it's done. Know it's done. Don't assume it's done. Know it's done. Your optimism will produce the very success it desires and expects. That's a good one, man. Mr. Zen says, perfect. I'm headed to Arizona for a week with my mom and plan to relax for sure. There you go. Good idea, my brother. All right. Anybody else out there looking for a reading? Yeah. Okay. Yes. All right, Miss Martin. 3 really nice deep breaths and really connect hard with me, okay? Yeah, good girl. Concentrate. Words of wisdom for my friend Linda. Words of wisdom for my friend Linda. Words of wisdom for my friend Linda. Number 58. The angel of mental force. Being a jack of all trades works to workaholism, which is just as devastating to love and creativity as any other excess. You forsake everything for the sake of one. You impose standards and values on others that they can't and shouldn't live up to. In doing so, you stifle and suffocate those who care about and support you. You will go much farther with the active support and encouragement of those around you. You have the discipline to work long and hard, but you lose sight of the big picture, obsessing about the details that don't matter. You and me both. You get caught up in the drudgery of meaningless exertion. I hate that too. The race continues at a slow, steady pace. Your skill is in recognizing the broader scope. Stand back occasionally to view the whole scene and make any minor adjustments along the way. Visualize a detailed picture of the completed project. Always strive to learn more, to gain more experience. You will learn to focus on your ambition and extend the effort necessary to succeed. Hello, Vivian. Glad you could make it. Yeah, it's different tonight. I'm not exactly sure why. It feels quieter. It feels smoother. It feels like, I don't know. It's good. I'm glad you noticed. So I've got time for one more reading. Let's see here. All right, Vivian, you just popped up. Here you go. Focus hard. 3 deep breaths with me, okay? Exhale. Inhale. Into the nose. Exhale. One more. There you go. Nice. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom for my friend Vivian. Words of wisdom for my friend Vivian. Words of wisdom for my friend Vivian. Number 55. The angel of mental lucidity. You are an awesome multitasker and have learned to balance several situations simultaneously, but so much more can be accomplished when you finally decide. Be deliberate in your choices and think before you act. Step back and take a good, hard, objective look at your situation. Be patient. Plan your next move carefully. It is essential that you maintain harmony. Let yourself play and awaken the child inside, staring wide-eyed at the wonder of the world. Be flexible and adventurous. It will fuel your imagination. You can't see the bottom of the pond when the surface is turbulent. Escape from it all, even if for a second. Expect to receive acknowledgement and reassuring news. Pleasure and amusement can teach you a great deal as long as you're willing to pay attention. Here is the essence of other on the physical level, the recognition of choice, of alternatives, and the action in relation to that choice. The search here is for means of growth in terms of physical health and security, work, advancement, and financial reliability. There you go. All right. Well, wow. I meditated with this angel yesterday on the inner child. Yeah, you're welcome. They're like that. Linda, just try not to explain it yet. Just think about it and look at it objectively without trying to defend. That wasn't an accusation. And yeah, sometimes it comes later. Go to blank space and just be in it, come out of blank space, and think about it again a little bit. The cards that I pull that don't seem like immediate things, they always have goodness as they sort of percolate. Sometimes they're like little seeds that get planted, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a little plant jumping out of there. So, and we can discuss that, later this week too. Anyway, I guess that brings us to the end of our sojourn for this evening. Thank you always for being here. I hope you have an amazing holidays, and I'll see you before the big Christmas shebang. And we'll do a special Christmas edition next week, right? So stay good, stay positive, keep throwing out your energy to the source and your love to the source, and wait for those reflections to come back and fill you up. You're never alone. You're never without love. You're never without a wellspring of joy and bliss to go get if you choose to. So be in the moment and make sure you're savoring every one of them. You know, every one of them is a jewel. All right. Until next week, man. Oh, hit the like, subscribe, share. Comments below would be really, really mucho appreciated. All right. So we come to close our circle for this evening and send everyone back to where they live. We express our gratitude to the angels for their truth and wisdom, for their love and understanding. And with absolute gratitude, infinite, unconditional love, and our wish for bliss to the source, we close our circle. And until next week, be in the light.